Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder, where today, just quickly, the Poison Gym Cup will come to an end sometime in the next 18 hours or so from when I'm recording this video. If you need to grab extra wins in order to get to 30, if you are trying to finish your rank in the top 300, 1000, 3000, whatever the case may be, just know if you're watching this video it's Tuesday here in the States, just know you have only a handful of hours from when I actually post this video to get those last few wins in. Go get them. I'm not sure what we have coming up next. I believe it's a team event. The rumor is that we have a team event with Eevee coming out next. I believe it was Jolteon, Vaporeon, maybe Flareon? Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it was. Maybe a Leafeon is in there, I can't remember. But nonetheless, that is what is anticipated to be coming out next. So be prepared for that. That will most likely run through the end of the month. Here we are banging on February's front door as we close out January. But what I want to do today is I'm working again with Stay at Home Dad. There is a link to his channel. Go ahead and check out his videos. He comes up, he is completely 100% free to play. Go check out his channel. He's got good insight on decks that are viable in the meta, being completely free to play. It's easy to build a deck that is meta when you can just buy all the gems you want and max out your reward points and everything. You will always have a highly competitive gym with really high chain levels. Whereas if you're free to play, you have to be a lot more cautious of where you spend your gems, and therefore you have to be a lot more crafty and think, well, I don't have chain levels for everything, so what can I do to counteract the chain levels that other people are going to have on me? And Stay at Home Dad does a really solid job of that. And what we've done, and we've done this in the past, is we're going to play each other's decks and try to make them work and say, does this deck have an advantage being free to play versus does this deck need to be something that you pay to play? So he has been having a lot of success with this Phantom Energy deck. It's Delphox, Heatran, Chandelure, Sableye, and then these two Lamperts. It's a branded deck, I believe, is what he calls it. I don't run any of this. Sableye from time to time, Heatran very sporadically, but my Delphox is level 1, my Chandelure is level 1, and these two Lamperts are both level 1. But let's check this out. Let's see what we can do. I don't even run Phantom Energy decks, which is really bizarre if you think about it. Of all the decks, like the wide array from one side of the spectrum all the way to the other, where I ran a rare and under only deck, all the way to whatever the most meta deck is. And I did a video yesterday on what I believe is the overwhelming favorite for meta decks. I'll put a link to that video here. If you missed it, go ahead and check that out. It's actually not the deck that I was running. It was the one I was going against, but it was kind of a hybrid of what I was going against. But you can check that out. And then you have to combat those. It feels like what people are doing is they're running poison decks, or they're running branded or burn decks in order to combat the chain level or the power difference between one player and the next. Okay, so we finally got our opponent. Let's see, what are we going to come up with? And we came up with a doozy. Holy smokes. So, two Sableye, Tapu Lele, a Deoxys attack form. I'm going to, because this deck is entirely 2 MP Pokemon, I'm going to have to trigger my Phantom Energy plate first. He's got a Mewtwo with Mega Mewtwo Y. Gold Block. He too is running Phantom Energy, Max Revive, and Double Chance. To say that we have our work cut out for us would be a slight understatement. Now the thing about this deck is I might have 0 duels with Chandelure, and looking at the figures I have, I don't think it matters about matchups at all. He has only gold on his Sableye, and I have no gold, so I don't have any idea how. I guess his Mega Mewtwo is going to have gold in it. I don't know how we're going to survive Mega Mewtwo. I don't know. I don't know what my counter is other than burning, branding, and hopping over, and all kinds of shenanigans. So I'm just gonna go forward, and I guess the main thing I'm gonna do, I do have an X speed. So let's go ahead. We're gonna drop this X speed and go after this Lunala. I want to roll my what's going to be a gold move and burn his Lunala. That would be ideal. Oh, well, that's even better than expected right there. Definitely okay with that turn of events. And he does want to attack. Okay, he's going to get the slip. Now, as long as I don't roll my blue here, well, that was not cool. I'm going to hop over and I'm going to go after this Mewtwo, which gets the double roll, and it's not going to matter that he's burned. That's pretty fortunate for him. I don't think. We'll take Sableye and cover up the goal here. Now, here's the thing is, I'm not sure. I think if I hop over a burn figure with the Lamperts, they become branded, and then if I get knocked out with my... I don't know. I honestly don't know how all this works. I've not even played one of these decks. I do know that I need to be branding things and burning things. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop out here, because I can't have Tapu Lele just jumping over my Delphox. The good thing about Delphox is when I roll miss, not if, but when. Okay. Wait. How come he didn't just get moved? I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna burn this Dio. And then I think I need to get my... I think I need to close this off. I think I need to be hopping over these burned figures. I think that's how this deck works. The problem is... maybe I can get a burn here as well. Okay. So now... I think I can drop back. I think now if my no, because none of them are branded. They're just burned. So now I've got to go brand all these guys. I'm getting absolutely crushed here. Pinched in. I'm really confused as to why I'm confused as to why I'm not able to move any of his Pokemon. As far as I can tell, I've rolled Flame Kinesis and I've rolled Confuse, and neither one of them have worked. Which is very peculiar. Let's see if we can throw. We really need Magma Slide here. Perfect. We're kind of digging. Okay, so I am going to get to move him, which is going to allow me to pull my Heatran out, as long as his Sableye doesn't knock out my Sableye, which would then be the worst case scenario here for him to land that ginormous gold into my purple. Well, I guess the one saving grace is that I'll be able, potentially be able to bring a Lampert onto the board, and it's going to brand. Of course, he's just going to go Mega Mewtwo. I mean, that's what I would do if I were him. I don't see the need to attack here. It's really difficult to run these decks when we will activate the ability and try to burn him. And then we're just going to slide him over. That does nothing, his Psycho Shove. Which is actually kind of disappointing. I would have much rather had Heatran right there. And I guess I should go ahead and move my Delphox up. And then that's going to give his Tapu Lele. Okay, that was probably not a good decision, actually, looking back on it, because now I have to knock out his Tapu Lele or I get surrounded. So, and that is not what's going to happen. So, game one, we'll just chalk up to, I didn't have a clue what the heck I was doing with this deck. And I still don't have a clue what I'm doing with this deck. But that was, regardless, that was a really bad play. I need to go back and rewatch why did Tapu Lele not get displaced by Flame Kinesis. And then I rolled something else that I thought should have, Confuse. What did my opponent roll that my Confuse didn't work? Regardless of all that, I'll go back and rewatch, and in post-production I'll figure out why that didn't work, and you guys will just write in the comments, well, blah, 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 and cool, got it. But if you want to see someone who uses this deck all the time and knows the ins and outs of it, check out Stay at Home Dad. He runs Phantom Energy decks all the time. And so for him, hopping over things like that and coming off the bench and knowing that it brands and he knows what these Pokemon do, for me, having not played these decks at all, it's a wild learning curve. And what a wide range. We went from almost a 3,900 opponent all the way down to like a 3,100. 3,150 opponent. That is a wild 700 elo difference between these two opponents. So let's try this again. I can tell you right now that this deck is really annoying. If I were going up against this type of deck, I would be highly annoyed at it. Okay. Sableye doesn't really care about DOA. And in that last game, I should have moved Delphox from this corner in one and not out one. That's where I made the mistake. And relying on Heatran, who has 13 miss for me is not a good way to success. So I guess let's get this thing out there. I think the blue, knock out a Pokemon that's been branded, that has a branded marker attached to it. Okay. Delphox and Sableye are really the only two I have to worry about getting banished. I guess Heatran can get banished. Double chance, hurdle jump, gold block. So any opportunity that I get to get that's awful, to get one of these status figures up against one of his twins, I'm definitely going to take that opportunity. I don't think I've seen a level 10 Moltres before. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to move Delphox out of the way. I'm not in the mood to get banished at the moment. And because even if I lose here, I'm going to leave a status mark, a status condition. That's going to negate his ability to banish. And now that he has a status condition, Restroom can no longer banish. And he used up his overdrive plate. So that is good. I will be happy to lose this and get burned. I think I'm okay with that. But now the question is how do I go about branding these figures? That's a level 10 Moltres. I think what I want to do is revive. Okay, so now he's branded. If I lose Chandelure, that means he's going to get knocked out as well. Maybe I'm starting to get the hang of this. This is a lot of tech pieces, and I typically do not run a lot of tech type pieces in my decks. Since he dropped down, I'm going to go ahead and hop over here because he can't surround me, which means he may take his DOA down into the corner. Okay, so he's going to go there. That was, I think, the worst case. Oh no. So it's if he gets knocked out at all. But now, what are we going to do here? I have a goal block. So I'm going to go ahead and take him out. And let's go ahead and attack here. Because I can move my Lampent, I keep calling him Lampert, but it's Lampent, over his Moltres, unless he brings his Moltres all the way to there, and then I'm in a lot of trouble. He's going to attack with DOA. Of course, I'm going to not win that roll. I'm probably going to lose this one as well. Because here's what's going to happen. We're going to have to goal block with this guy. And then if my opponent is smart at all, he's going to bring his Moltres right here. And that's going to force me to, well, Magma Slide would be worst case scenario right here. And I will probably roll Magma Slide, let's just be honest. I called it. So we are 0 for 2 with this deck and have been absolutely not competitive in any way, shape, or form with this deck. That was a horrible loss. I don't know that really. I think I'm trying to do way too much. I think I'm trying to be too cute, maybe too trick oriented, and that's why I don't ever run these type of decks. Is to me they're trick decks, and you're always looking for sleight of hand, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good with these because I'm not good with board positioning. I'm not good with seeing like 13 moves in advance. All I see is what is my next best move, and then maybe one after that. And this deck is requiring a lot more foresight, because the whole point of this deck is, I've got to burn them. Okay, well now after I burn them, I've got to hop over them with these Lampents. Okay, well now I need to get my Chandelure knocked out so they all get knocked out. And I just don't think that far ahead. That is, that doesn't jive with how I play. I say, okay, I want to get to this point on the board, so here I go. So this is what we're gonna try. We're just not gonna try to burn figures, although what's the point of a burn deck if you're not trying to burn figures? I don't have high hopes for winning any of these games, to tell you the truth. I'm actually just going to hop on over and take over this entry point. He does have long throw though. We'll drop Delphox up here, because Delphox can roll a miss, and I'm okay with that. I probably should just X-Speed. I only have one Psychic type. And since I do have Delphox, and Sableye has a boatload of purple, I'm going to try to roll gold into... that didn't work at all. But at least he's burned. So I guess we can take that away. Delphox is not going to be able to knock out either of his two Sableyes. So I guess the next thing that we want to do is get Lampent number 2 out here. I don't know. I'm so far out of my comfort zone at this point with this deck. Let's just go attack Toad. I don't really care if he gets poisoned. It's not like Lampent is dropping a ton of power down anyways. Now I should be able to hop over Toad. That's going to brand him. So we will just go ahead after Mimikyu takes his 45 minutes to set up on the board, and we'll hop over there. And we'll end that turn. Okay. Now we will take Heatran. I have a boatload of miss. Okay, cool. The Sableye is going to get knocked out, which isn't really what I wanted to see there. And we will take a poisoned Heatran and move him onto goal. Maybe we can avoid getting burned. So I could have taken out Toad on that. We will go ahead and play some defense here. If he hops over to here, which he didn't do, we'll move him back to that which he came from. Let's try to get a burn off on this figure. No, we're just gonna miss. That's okay. We traded one Lampet that was poisoned for a Lampet that is not poisoned. So let's, I guess we'll break this Lampet out. And we're gonna burn Mimikyu, which is okay. And then, what's this Sableye look like? It's 70. So let's go ahead and attack here, which we're confused, which means we are getting knocked out next time. So we have absolutely got to sacrifice this Lampet, get him off the board, because he is completely and utterly worthless at this point in time. But what we're going to do first is we're going to bring out our Sableye against his. And actually what we can do is we can take our Lampent. Okay, so he's going to attempt to knock us out. And we are going to actually get burned here, which is okay. I'm going to end my turn there. What I'm going to do next is hop over his Mimikyu. And lose our Delphox. I'm not going to do that. Okay. So, once again, I'm pinned up on my back line. I have to say, I hate this deck. I don't want to play against this deck. Why? I'm confused. Why can I not come on the board using Phantom Energy? We're going to get a roll there. Well, why can I get on the board now? Did I have weight? Maybe I had weight. If I don't get knocked out here, I can surround. Okay. So we will now take Sableye and recover there. He's branded, but Chandelure is already in the PC, so don't know that matters. I don't know. The funny thing is I really don't even care what it is that my opponent does. To me, it just doesn't even matter. Oh, man. Because all I'm concerned with is burning figures. Let's try this avenue again. Okay, so now he's burned. Okay, so everybody is getting status affected in this game. If he brings Sableye there and I don't get knocked out, I will hop back over him. Also, he wants to bring that Sableye. Hopefully I can burn him. No, we're going to just get confused. Which means he is going to get knocked out. So, I'm just going to brand, which means... Oh, I didn't mean to attack, but okay, that's fine. I didn't mean to attack there, but I'm actually A-okay with getting knocked out, because then that just hopefully means that I'm going to be able to bring my Chandelure out, but He's branded. He's branded. He's not. Okay, why can I not bring out... Because with 2 Sableyes, it negates Dark or Phantom Energy. All right, well... This just furthers my hatred of the figure Sableye. We have to knock this Sableye out. I mean, that's all that there is to it. That was, like, it was good game if we don't knock him out. So an exceptionally fortunate roll there. I think what I want to do is bring my Chandelure out. And get knocked out. I think that's what I want to do, because then it's going to free up both my entry points. He was already branded. If I can roll the blue... I don't know. I gotta say, I just don't know. I know that Sableye cannot beat... These rolls are exceptional, though. So I need to roll blue or get knocked out. And neither of those happen. So this deck is... I'm going to put this down as a complete fail for me running this branded deck. Oh, wait. What happened here? Goodness. Well... Okay, so if we can roll Flame Kinesis into white, that's a huge if. Or just flat out, wow. Well, look at that. That was... Well, okay. That's wild. And I guess we start the whole process again. Oh my gosh. This deck is officially super annoying. Wow. And who runs Dark Energy? That is what's crazy about all this. Is here I am thinking, why can't I move these on the board with Phantom Energy? Well, my opponent's running Dark Energy. And I haven't seen anybody outside of a gym running Dark Energy in months. It's interesting that out of my 3 games, I get paired up with... I can't even get a status effect there. I get paired up with 2 opponents who are running double Sableye. Oh, how crazy. Heatran Confused is as worthless as my Lampents. In fact, everything I have when confused is pretty much garbage. Luckily, we don't get confused there. Okay, so let's get back to the task of burning figures. Is that the mission at hand? I'm going to take my Lampet and go here, most likely. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and then I'm going to attack Toad and look for the burn there. And burning him would be most excellent. Okay. Now we got to survive an earthquake. Wow, he loses his Lunala, which is great. How did I knock out Cobaline? That's nuts. What a crazy, crazy game this is. I'm just going to drop right on top of my goal. I could have played one off, but then he'd have hopped over here. No, he wouldn't have, because then that's fine. I'm good on top of my goal here. Delphox confused. Is he? Oh, he's already branded. Okay. I should have just pressed up with Lampet. Let's go up here. I could have surrounded his Sableye, but since he's branded, when my Chandelure gets knocked out, he's going to get knocked out anyways. So I'll let him go surround my Lampent if he wants. And he does. And I guess that's okay. I guess I'm okay with that. Constantly sacrificing figures for the betterment of the team. Sableye has 0 chance of knocking out Cobailing. What a wild deck my opponent is running. Like, if you were to draw up a deck and say, how are we going to counter this branded deck? You would choose the deck that Hein is running here. Like, this is the deck that you would use for that. You'd use Dark Energy with Phantom Energy. You'd have a Koba, which can't be knocked out by Sableye. Like, just a lot of things in here that are direct counters. The good thing about a confused Mimikyu is the chances of it burning. Can I hop over and knock out Sableye? I rolled miss, so I think I get a plate back. I did. I got my max revive back. So we were going to goal block. He should take Sableye over here and try to confuse my Heatran. Okay. This is quickly going downhill again. See if we can not get knocked out. Cool. Let's go for this. Let's be a little aggressive here. I didn't want confused. I needed to roll. That is one thing about Sableye into Mimikyu, is you kind of have to roll like 7 straight golds in order to knock out Mimikyu. And my Sableye has all the levels up to level 5 put into Confuse Ray. This is becoming a very, very long video. So we will play a little defense here. I actually don't even care about losing. Wow. I didn't even care about losing my Sableye. And we get a very fortunate roll there. So now he has both of his Sableye on the board, which means my Phantom Energy plate is going to be negated. I think I'll hop over and brand. And then I'm just going to attack. I don't really see a reason not to. That worked out. And this deck can create some really, if you don't lose right away like I did the first 2 times, this deck creates a lot of really bad matchups. and are a real bunch of really long games. Now I need to roll my gold here. He's trying to decide if he wants to attack or not. Gold. No. And burn is actually worse than confuse. He should bring out his Koba and attack my Sableye. And then, if he does, I'm going to take... Wonder why he didn't attack there. That's okay. I'm just going to try to burn. This Sableye right here. I'm gonna backtrack. I don't care if he gets surrounded. I'm doing a ton of sacrificing of figures here. Gonna need to land on his miss. I need my gold is what we need. Perfect. That gets rid of the disguise marker. Like all that work just to get rid of the disguise marker. My guess is he will put, since disguise is gone, Koba next to there. So therefore I can't knock out Mimikyu at all. He didn't do that though. Very bizarre. No. Can't roll another gold. What do we want to do? We need to bring Delphox out. I think we just go YOLO at this point. Let's take Delphox up here. I have Swap Spot. I don't even know what plates I have. X Attack, Swap Spots. As long as we don't get confused. Oh joy. We're just gonna go YOLO at this point. Definitely did not want to get confused there. Hopefully he attacks with Sableye again and we just get burned. Let's go X Attack. Actually, cancel that. What am I doing? Let's go Max Revive. Let's bring out Chandelure. I think that was a better play. And actually putting Chandelure right here might have even been a better play than that. But if somehow I can roll a burn, now let's go Delphox X Attack, because we could potentially throw his Koba all the way across the board, or we could just roll Miss. Who didn't see that one coming? But I got a Golbok plate back, so that's always good. Maybe I should be running Delphox more often. Golbok, Swap Spot. Like, let's go up here and go after his Koba again. Flame Kinesis would have been nice. We're not affected by that, so let's see. Perfect. Wow. How do I lose this? If his Mimikyu rolls... No, his Mimikyu can't knock me out unless I roll Miss. Did we just pull off? Oh, he does have a Scoop. But that shouldn't matter. Yeah, that I want to say, did I go from having 0 figures on the board and my goal surrounded to winning that game? That has got to be my absolute most improbable comeback. If I were Hein, I probably would have chucked my phone across the room. I still hate this deck, but what I've learned from that deck is that I guess you're never really out of a game. Let's go ahead and play 2 league matches. We'll open this up. Oh yay, we get some AI tickets. That is absolutely bizarre. This video is forever long. I have nothing to say. I can't believe I just won that game. So be looking for a team event starting maybe tomorrow. Other than that, I don't know, but there are no words for whatever it was that I just saw there. That's what's going to do it for me. And until next time.